All right, so you guys know that I love Zora Neale Hurston. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But I really wish they would have left this book exactly where they found it. This is her posthumously released book, The Life of Harriet the Great, and I'm trying to keep it from catching the glare. I started reading the physical book or the ebook, but then I had to switch over to the audiobook because it was so dense. And if you can't tell the look on my face, this book was just The one thing I do love about this book, though, at least the audiobook, is that Blair Underwood is the narrator. And I'm sorry, I haven't forgiven him since that movie. Which Medea movie was it? The one with the wedding. I can't remember which one it was. But yeah, he was an asshole in that. So I'm kind of glad that he redeemed himself with this, even if he is just reading. And if History Channel ever wanted to do a documentary on it, I think he would do really great as Antipater, to be honest, or Hyrcanus. He has that, the strong voice that can carry. Now, this book is obviously about Herod the Great, not Herod Antipas. But either way, he still wasn't really a good man. And this book is very heavy with a lot of references. We're talking about Caesar, Cleopatra, Antony, Brutus, who else? I forgot the other person that they named, starts with a C. Yeah, a lot of, references and things like that I feel like I'm just being dropped into the middle of conversations. And spoiler alert or not spoiler alert. So when Herod's father, Antipater, was killed, I feel like I missed something because he was there, and then the next minute you're reading about the fact that he was killed. And I think they said it was through poisoning. Like, and I know this was a manuscript that was found after her house caught fire. And I don't know if parts of, bits and pieces were filled in or if they just left it kind of undone. But it was not a good book. And it doesn't read like a Zora Neale Hurston book. And maybe that's the issue that I'm having with it. But it is just so dense. And you can tell that she did a lot of research for this. And I think had she have been alive and had a chance to refine the script, even though I know she sent it to editors and it kept being rejected and things like that. But I think if she had more time to actually refine it in her own style, it would have been better. Now, I do have Moses Man on the Mountain sitting in the list of ebooks that I checked out from the library, so I am going to read that. I'm reading this book about Herod and then This Cursed House by Del Sandine. I did that review on my main page. I'm reading both of those or listening to both of those audiobooks at the same time. So when I get done with both of these, yes, I'm going to move on to Moses, Man of the Mountain, and then Where Shadows Meet by Patrice Caldwell, which is a vampire book. Now, the reason I'm doing this set and, Life of Herod the Great and Moses, Man on the Mountain is because I have this book here. Now, I do have this book here, and once I get done with those, I'm going to move into this one. Now, that's why I chose to do Life of Herod the Great and Moses, Man on the Mountain, because like I said, they are a little bit on the heavier side, very research-based, and I know that obviously when you're reading an R.F. Kuang book, that is something that you definitely have to prepare yourself for. And y'all know, I did a whole series on my other page about Babel from different viewpoints. Literally obsessed with that book. And I know a lot of the criticisms is that this reads like a textbook. It's an academic book. So what? Give me more academic books. That's what I'm looking for. And then so that's the companion with that one, along with James by Percival Everett. So that's kind of like one category of books that I'm reading. And now, This Cursed House, Where Shadows Meet, I'm rereading Immortal Dark, and then obviously Bones at the Crossroads, I'm going to kind of use those as companions together as well. Going to be reading all of those books. So yes, I do read 2 books at a time. shoot me. I don't know if anybody else does it. Doesn't matter if anybody else does it, because that's what I do. But yeah, I don't really have too much else to say about The Life of Herod the Great, except for the fact that I just didn't like it. And like I said, maybe because it didn't read like a Zora Neale Hurston book. That's the reason why I don't particularly care for it. I wish they would have left it where they found it. But I support, you know, I'm going to read whatever she has out there. So I'm going to give Moses Man on the Mountain a try and see if that one's written in the same style. But yeah, it's just, you know, maybe if I reread it again, sort of like Heaven and Earth Grocery Store. I talked about that one on my main page last year, how I just didn't, you know, it wasn't my cup of tea. I love literary fiction. It's honestly one of my favorite categories of books, but there are sometimes just some things that I can't get into, but I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to get myself back into it because I love, you know, books that are well researched and give a lot of history. I'm a historical fiction girly, so that's just, you know, it is my thing. So I'm going to struggle through it. I have been annotating and taking notes for my own personal research so I can go back and look some things up. But yeah, I just feel like right now that the book kind of jumps all over the place, and I'm not sure if they left it as her original manuscript or if they went back and edited it and, you know, filled in some spots. I don't know. But yeah, that's my review. If you have read The Life of Herod the Great by Zora Neale Hurston, please let me know what you think in the comments. I want to see if I'm not alone on this. I really haven't seen anybody talk about this on Book Talk, although I hadn't searched for it either. But I figured, you know, it came out in January. I would have seen something about it by now. But a lot of the reviews I have read online have all kind of said the same thing, that it doesn't read like it's her. It's well researched, but it's just not that good. So please, if you've read it, let me know what you think in the comments. And yeah, if you want to see my other review on this cursed house, go ahead to my main page. It will be tagged below. Bye.